Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. A traffic stop in the 1200 block of College Street by Silver Springs Police led to the arrest of Tommy L. Fountain, Jr., age 60, of Mount Vernon. The strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from Fountain caused the officer to attempt to conduct a field sobriety test. Fountain refused. Fountain did agree to consent to draw blood. Fountain is in Hopkins County Jail, charged with DWI third or more, a felony 3. He's being held on a $15,000 bond. He flagged down the officer responding to a call regarding gunshots heard in the 500 block of Fuller Street around 12:40 a.m. Monday morning. Danny Joe Wade Jr., age 48, of Silver Springs, planned to tell the officer about the gunshots heard. The officer ran identifying information for Wade through dispatch and found him wanted for traffic violations. As the officer patted down Wade as a precaution while arresting him on the warrants, the officer found contraband. Wade is in Hopkins County Jail, charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, more than 1 gram, but less than 4 grams, a felony 3. He's being held on a $10,000 bond. According to Robert Derb Goodman, the flags at the Veterans Memorial and around the community have been lowered by the Hopkins County Marine Corps League. At the death of former President George H.W. Bush, President Donald Trump has proclaimed that all flags should be flown at half-staff. In his proclamation, President Trump noted, "It is a sorrowful duty to announce officially the death of George Herbert Walker Bush, the 41st President of the United States, on November 30th. President Bush led a great American life, one that combined and personified 2 of the nation's greatest virtues, an entrepreneurial spirit and a commitment to public service." Grant Mahesky of Silver Springs has earned the Boy Scouts of America's highest award, the Eagle Scout Award. Mahesky was recognized in a formal Court of Honor ceremony on November 17th. Tom Sellers served as Master of Ceremonies and presented Grant with his Eagle Scout charge. A member of the Circle 10 Council, Troop 69, Mahesky is one of only approximately 4% of all Boy Scouts who earned the Eagle rank. Mahesky chose to build and install a sign in front of the Silver Springs Animal Shelter on Highway 19. Grant strongly believes that animals deserve a loving family and hopes the signs help the shelter increase their adoptions. Although Mahesky only needed 21 merit badges to earn Eagle, he earned 36 by his board review in September. That totally qualified him for bronze, gold, and silver Eagle Palms. As a result, as rare as the Eagle rank is, Eagle Palms are much more rare. Only 1 in 10 Eagle Scouts earn the Eagle Palm. Mahesky is a sophomore, Silver Springs High School, and a member of the varsity golf team. He's the son of Michael and Neva Mahesky. Silver Springs City Council meets Tuesday, December 4th in regular session. The meeting in the council chambers, 201 North Davis Street, begins at 7 p.m. The council will hear a second reading on an ordinance expanding the jurisdiction of the city, second and final reading of an ordinance regarding street maintenance fees, first reading of an ordinance updating building codes, electrical code, and property maintenance codes. They will also discuss the adoption of a tax abatement rebate policy. They'll discuss the demolition of property located at 917 Church Street, determined to be a dangerous structure. A resolution that the city does not propose to annex any property that is required to be in an annexation plan or required to offer a developmental agreement. They will set a public hearing for the annexation of Pioneer Business Park and Heritage Park. Silver Springs Hopkins County Economic Development Corporation and the Hopkins County Chamber of Commerce hosts their annual Economic Outlook Conference at the Civic Center on Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tickets are available at the Chamber of Commerce office. And the Lions Club is hosting their 11th annual Christmas parade, Friday at 7 p.m.
Each year at Christmas time, Mitchell Chapel Church of God in Christ sponsors a food giveaway called Rescue the Perishing. Let's find out more from Bishop Nelson Gatlin.
Mitchell Chapel has been what we call Rescue the Perishing, but it's a food program centered around helping families that may need a little assistance during the holiday season so that all of us can enjoy the blessings of God. And that will be taking place this Saturday, Miss Enola, there at the church at 404 South Jackson Street here in Sulphur Springs at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. They can begin to sign up about 7:30.
Okay.
And we'll start distributing about 8 o'clock. Our team, Jackie Jackson and her team, will be eagerly waiting for our community to turn out. And anybody can come. It's for all people. It's not relegated to one sect or one group of people. It's for all people. All we ask is that they bring maybe a proof of their resident, maybe a water bill stub or something, an electric bill stub, so that we can make sure that everybody gets something rather than maybe one or two getting majority of it.
Okay.
So that's why we are asking for that. But other than that, you can come, and there are some people, some elderly people that may not be able to come, and those people, we ask that if they would call the church and call Jackie and her team members and let them know who they are and where they live, perhaps we can bring them. We try not to deliver, but we can bring those people something to help them out as well, because we should have plenty for everybody, and we're looking for a great turnout that day.
Well, this is not the first year, of course, that Mitchell Chapel has sponsored the Rescue the Perishing, but for many years.
Yes. For many years, as a matter of fact, I was recalling, I've been here at the church now 21 years as their pastor, and probably about 15, I'm going to say, Jackie may correct me, but about 15, 16 years we've been doing the Rescue of the Perishing, and it has been quite a blessing to our church. Many people say, well, how can you do that? You have a small congregation. We don't understand it as in depth, but God always provides enough. We have sponsors. Our sponsors have been very, very kind to us in helping us to get all of the things that we need to make those bags very nice. And we appreciate that. There are people in the community who just donate and have that monetary donation to help buy different things that people may need. And so it's been a blessing, and we appreciate them for doing that. But mostly our church has been taking care of that, and it has truly been a blessing to our church. Yes.
Well, I had asked you earlier when we were chatting, do you find need in Sulphur Springs? Do you find need across your district?
Yes. There's a need across the entire jurisdiction of our church, and many pastors are doing the same thing in their area, to make sure that we can at least address it. The need is so great until we don't have all of the means that we need to do it on a regular basis like we would love to, but the needs are so great. But pastors are doing it. Other auxiliaries are doing it to make sure that everybody can get something and have something during this season, especially a time of giving. And I think it's going to be a blessing even more this time. I'm looking for a greater turnout.
Well, it's something that is laid upon so many people's hearts here, and we're a giving community.
Yes.
To find something that you can help with, maybe very quietly. You don't have to blow
Certainly.
the trumpet before you, but
Certainly.
Give to something. And Mitchell Chapel has its contributors there
Yes.
too that help out.
Yes, and it has been a wonderful ride. Sister Alex there at the church work out at Grocery Supply. Grocery Supply have been one of our contributors. We didn't get as much on this past year, but everybody is doing things to try to make sure that it's enough to go around for everybody, so that everybody can at least feel that somebody cares and somebody loved them. Yes.
So true. Well, besides the Rescue the Perishing food distribution this coming Saturday, December 8th.
Yes.
At 8 a.m. at Mitchell Chapel, which is at 404 South Jackson Street. Besides that, what else goes on at your church, and can they visit?
Our church is open at all times. Of course, our service times are Thursdays. We have Bible study at 7:30 on Thursdays, and every Sunday at 9 o'clock we have Sunday school, and then immediately after Sunday school, our morning worship is at 10:30. And I tell you what, we have a slogan that a church alive is worth the drive. And if you come, I promise you, you'll be blessed by the Lord on any Sunday. We're there every Sunday morning. Matter of fact, this coming Sunday morning is our communion, our last communion of the year. And we'll be in fellowship during that time. And we invite the public to come by and see and worship with us. You won't regret you came. God bless.
Will you find people of more than one race there?
Yes, of course. Of course. We are a church that's open to all people. And whatever way you worship, you are welcome to come and worship with us at the Mitchell Chapel Church. We have a wonderful praise team. Our praise and worship team is a wonderful praise and worship team. They lead us into the presence of the Lord. And then, of course, some Sundays the Lord let this old man preach a little bit. Amen. But we invite you to come. Anybody. It's open to any and all people at any time.
I think Mitchell Chapel is joyful and welcoming, and you may very much find some friends there. Thank you for telling us about the food giveaway this Saturday.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to come and visit with you.
We will see you down the road. Thank you, Pastor.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats basketball team, ranked number 8 in Class 5A, won 2 and lost 2 last weekend in a Mansfield ISD tournament. The Wildcats are 7-2 so far this season. I talked about the tournament with Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipolletta.
I thought we did really good in some areas, and then we definitely had some areas we need to work on. I thought we beat a really, really good Lake Ridge team. We started off the tournament really well. They could really fill it up and post a lot of challenges for us, and we did a very good job of weathering the storm and finding a way to win that one. The second game of the day, we came out a little bit more flat, had a chance to beat Elkins, led most of the game, and just couldn't pull that off. You could tell fatigue and just getting used to playing 2 games in one day really set in. And then in the next day, we beat a good Colleen Ellison team, very athletic, found a way to win that game. It was an overtime game. We had the lead, kind of let it slip right at the end, but in overtime we really came out and did what we need to do to win that game. And then once again, the second game of the day got us again, and we came out really flat against Mansfield Summit, and credit to them. They came out and put it to us right from the get-go, and we just never responded. So there's a lot of good things that we did, and it goes back to some things that we definitely need to work on.
You always talk about loss being kind of a lesson, and so, maybe the lesson, something about you just have to always bring it, and you can't have those flat ball games.
For sure. Consistency, I think, is our key. We could play really high at moments, and then at moments we don't play near as high and on the level that we're capable of, and we just have to get used to doing that, whether that's playing more people, getting more people to step up in different spots, or just raising the level of the kids who are playing at that time. So just something that we'll get better at. I don't mind losing. Great opportunity to learn, and I think we had some good learning lessons this weekend that are going to help us moving forward.
Players always trying to impress you, as you well know. Anybody kind of stand out for you that you thought kind of stood out?
It goes back to the team. I thought Keyston played really solid all weekend, scored the ball really well. Day had a couple of games. He played well. Xavier played outstanding in the Lake Ridge game and just didn't play up to his full potential. The couple other two, I thought Boo Wilkerson off the bench gave us huge minutes. He really stepped up in some times. It was needed. Jeremiah Rowland just chased people around all day and made it hard for their leading scorers to score. So I thought it was a complete team effort. It's hard for me always to tell you one person when our goal and philosophy is team. So just great team effort overall. They impressed me in some areas for sure.
Now, a pretty urban Dallas team that those guys can be tough, and Dallas Woodrow Wilson, I'm sure, a pretty good team.
Oh, they're very good. Got a lot of size. Not too many teams are bigger than we are, but they're bigger. They have a 6'9", 6'10" kid inside, another 6'8", 6'9" kid, another 6'6", another 6'7", and they just pose a huge matchup problem for people they face. And I think we'll match up pretty well with them, but they'll be tough to keep out of that paint just with their athleticism and size. And they got a kid who can really shoot it, so that helps spread stuff out for them, and they rebound the ball at a high rate. So it's gonna pose a big challenge for us tomorrow. So we're looking forward to it. Just got to come out and be consistent and play up to our full potential, and everything should take care of itself.
Home crowd will be looking to see the Wildcats again. Been a while, so I know they'll turn out to say welcome home.
For sure. We had an awesome crowd the last time, so I hope they come out, and we'll really need their boost and that support behind us. We actually changed the game times to the freshmen and the JV. They're both playing at 6. Dallas Wilson had some traveling issues. They couldn't get over here at that 5 o'clock start time, so our freshmen will be in the back gym at 6, and our JV will be in the main gym at 6, and varsity will soon follow. So, like I said, I hope the community comes out. We've been earning to play at our home for a little while. We've kind of been gone a little bit, so we're looking forward to the challenge and opportunity it brings.
Look forward. The Lady Cats basketball team finished second in the Winsboro Hoop Fest this past weekend. The Lady Cats won 4 out of 5 games. Their only loss was to Longview in the championship game. The Lady Cats now have a 7-1 season record. I talked about Hoop Fest with Lady Cats basketball coach Brittany Tisdale.
It was a good tournament for us, and we played 4 hard games to get to that championship game, so I'm very proud of that. And Longview was very good. They're a very good team. They have some great girls on that team. They have one girl, we were wondering where she was going, and she said she wasn't even a senior. So
wow.
Very impressive team. And, you know, at that point in the tournament, we had played 4 such hard games. We were kind of worn out at that point. So we went in, and not our best game, but I wouldn't mind seeing Longview again when we were fresh and ready to go and seeing what we could do against them. But overall, it was a very successful tournament.
I still can't hardly get over that first game in that packed gym with that rowdy crowd and all that, and the girls playing with so much poise to beat Winsboro, and then to do it again. That's amazing.
Yes, their fans were very intense. They had a great student section that never stopped talking, when we tried to talk in the huddle, they were trying to mimic me or do whatever, and my girls did a great job not just blocking it out and not let it get them flustered or frustrated. They used it. They took it as motivation, and they used it. So it was a great game.
You've got so many heroes, when you win 4 games like that, and just a lot of players really played well.
Yes, we had not only was like our starting 5 great, but Kate Womack coming off the bench had played some big minutes, especially in that first Winsboro game. She came in and she did some really great things for us, but our bench in general was just so pumped. And they were so great supporting the team when they weren't in the game. They were so great at cheering. At one point, I looked down because I thought Sadavia had missed a free throw, and I had missed it. And I thought, did she just miss that? But because our bench was so loud, I thought it must be their fans cheering, and it was my girls on the bench. And so our bench did a great job.
You got New Boston. You'll be playing there Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
What about them?
I think we'll match up well with New Boston. They always are typically, fast and athletic. So I think for us, we match up well with that because we are athletic and we're fast too. So that's not something I worry about too much is speed because I know we can keep up with most teams. So I think we'll match up well with them.
The North Hopkins Panthers basketball team finished second in a Dodge City Boys tournament this past weekend. The Panthers lost in the tournament championship game to Bland. North Hopkins Superintendent Darren Jolly said he was so proud of the boys and was thankful to coaches Jeff Bell and Kelly Clark for their leadership and high expectations for the Panthers. Superintendent Jolly said he expects a great season ahead and anticipates superior results because of the Panthers' teamwork and diligence that the players exude every day.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.